Family, when Roy Keane and Ian Wright, two absolute Premier League legends, stop to talk about you, it's usually for something good. But this time, not so much. They were left stunned. And Alexander Isak's shocking behavior is leaving everyone in Tyneside scratching their heads. Is our star really trying to force a move? I'm Rodrigo, and you're watching Newcastle Mania, the channel made by a fan, for fans, who are passionate about Newcastle United. You blinked, and suddenly Newcastle is making headlines everywhere. Today, the last news story in this video will hit the hearts and minds of many, and I'm warning you, it's heavy drama involving our number 14. But before we get there are two other important updates that show just how fiery the transfer market in St. James Park backstage really are. But first, just a quick word. Remember those Chelsea fans who said this channel wasn't growing because our fan base is too small? Well, they're getting really quiet now because our numbers are rising. So let's keep proving them wrong. If you love Newcastle and want to shut those people up for good, hit the subscribe button right now. It costs nothing, but it sends a message. Let's hit 1,000 subscribers together and show exactly what the black and white army is made of. Now, let's get into what's leaving the locker room, the fans, and even legendary former players speechless. Alexander Isak, our striker, is being called out for behavior. That's shocking. And I'm not the one saying it. It's Roy Keane and Ian Wright, two names that never hold back. Ever since Liverpool put in that huge £110 million bid for Alexander Isak, which, let's remember, Newcastle rejected, things have been heating up. The striker has made it clear, even without formally requesting a transfer, that he wants this move to happen. He seems determined to leave, and believe it or not, according to the insiders, he's already told the club he doesn't want to wear the Newcastle shirt again while this situation isn't resolved. And what's the impact of all this on the club's daily life? Well, it's already interfering with pre-season. Isak didn't travel with the rest of the squad to the Far East, where the team has been preparing for the start of the season. He's been training alone, separated from his teammates, while everyone else is playing together, getting to know each other and fine-tuning their fitness. And it doesn't stop there. The striker also skipped team social events, including even a team bonding barbecue, something that's usually key to building unity in the locker room. So, our number 14 is literally apart from the group. He's still training, yes, but on his own, and this creates a delicate atmosphere at the club. Imagine the scenario: players trying to get ready together for the Premier League and Champions League, while one of our main stars is distant, practically absent from collective activities. This doesn't just create tension among teammates, it sparks debates among fans and the media about Isak's loyalty, commitment, and professionalism. The big question in everyone's mind is he protecting himself, trying not to overextend until he leaves, or could this affect his fitness and chemistry when and if he returns to play for Newcastle? Every session he misses, every group moment he skips, increases concern, both inside and outside the club. And, as you can imagine, Alexander Isak's behavior is causing a real stir in the football world. Two Premier League icons, Roy Keane and Ian Wright, have made no attempt to hide their disbelief. Roy Keane, with that straight-talking style only he has, said he doesn't understand a player who stops training even when frustrated. In his view, your job is to train and play until the very last day. He stressed that even if a player is upset or wants to leave, walking away from training and distancing yourself from the squad simply doesn't make sense. It's about professionalism. End of story. Ian Wright, on the other hand, was even harsher. He described Isak's behavior as shocking, repeating the word several times to make clear just how stunned he was. Wright also questioned the player's agent, saying it seems like nobody is making sensible decisions, and Isak's career planning appears to be out of control. And of course, social media hasn't held back. Newcastle fans are completely divided. Some defend the striker, saying he was misled by unfulfilled promises from the club or those in charge. He just wants to progress his career and reach the level he deserves, argue some fans. On the other hand, plenty of supporters are outraged, thinking Isak is being ungrateful to the club that invested in him, put his name on the European map, and just had a brilliant season. Comments like "it's forgotten who gave him the opportunity," or "this is disrespectful to Newcastle and the rest of the squad," are spreading rapidly online. So, the impact goes far beyond the dressing room. We're talking reputation, public image, and even the player's relationship with fans and potential future clubs. Every decision, every post, every interview now has a potential to spark more debate, and everyone is watching closely to see what happens in the coming weeks. The question is, how will this affect Newcastle on the pitch? And can Isaac maintain his focus and fitness until a possible transfer, or could this destabilize the team at the start of the season? The buzz is only growing, and the atmosphere at St. James Park is set to be intense in the coming days. Microphone Rodrigo. Now, let's talk about what's really happening behind the scenes, because understanding the context helps explain why Alexander Isak is acting this way. It all started with Amanda Staveley, the former director and minority co-owner of the club. Reports suggest she promised Isaac a meeting to discuss a new contract before she left Newcastle. Isaac trusted this promise, believing he could negotiate better terms or adjustments that would make him happy at the club. The problem is, Amanda left the club before that meeting ever happened. Paul Mitchell stepped in as a new sporting director, and from what we understand, he didn't follow through on that promise, either for strategic reasons or due to other internal decisions. For Isaac, this felt like a breach of trust, something no player likes to experience, especially when considering the future of their career. This breakdown in communication and expectations is crucial to understanding his current behavior. It's not just about money or transfer, it's about feeling respected and valued by the club. The sense of a broken promise, combined with the rejection of Liverpool's massive offer, could have been the trigger for Isaac distancing himself from training and the preseason. And of course, this situation has opened a strategic window for other clubs to step in. Liverpool, who already made a £110 million offer, are still monitoring the situation. The pressure is now on Newcastle. Keep the player motivated or negotiate his exit without devaluing the asset. In short, the behind-the-scenes story shows this isn't just a player wanting to leave. It's a combination of broken promises, management changes, and market strategies that have created this tense atmosphere. Every decision by Isaac or Newcastle now will have repercussions both on and off the pitch. Eddie Howe, for now, is staying silent, but his stance is consistent. A player only leaves if the price is right and the club has a suitable replacement. Remember, Isaac joined in 2022 on a 6-year contract with no release clause, which gives Newcastle significant leverage in any negotiation. This situation reminds us of other Premier League sagas, players wanting out, clubs holding firm for every last pound. But unlike clubs in crisis, Newcastle are coming off a great season, have qualified for the Champions League, and are investing heavily. In other words, we're not desperate to sell. If Liverpool truly want Isaac, they'll have to open the wallet, possibly up to £150 million. Otherwise, we risk having a demotivated player in the squad. And that brings us to the big question, is it better to sell now for a huge fee and reinvest, or hold on and try to win him back for the team? Family, what worries me isn't just losing a star, it's the impact this saga could have in the dressing room. At Newcastle, either everyone pulls together, or we go nowhere. Isaac is a special player, but nobody is bigger than the club. So, I want to hear from you. Sell for a big fee, or keep him and try to bring Isaac back into the fold. Comment below because I read everything. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Let's show the strength of our fans together. Family, this season is promising, and we'll follow every chapter of this story side by side. Until next time, hoey the lads.